Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview and predict every college basketball tournament. Now up is the SEC tournament, which begins tonight. The tournament will be taking place at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. The winner of this tournament gets the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. There will be at-larges from this conference as well. If I get a pick wrong, then I'll predict the outcome of the actual matchup on my daily podcast on the night the game is played. If I get my picks correct, then my picks will carry over to my daily podcast. Before I get to my predictions, I'm going to do a few of my most likely to be the case items of note. Best player in the tournament, Grant Williams, Tennessee. Double-digit seed, most likely to surprise, Alabama. Most likely to spoil a chalk semifinal, Auburn. Now on to my 2019 SEC tournament predictions. Tonight, 7 o'clock on the SEC Network, you have 13-seeded Georgia versus 12-seeded Missouri. Georgia 11-20 on the year, 2-16 in conference play. Missouri 14-16 on the year, 5-13 in conference play. Neither of these teams have lived up to expectations this year. Missouri obviously lost their best player in Jonte Porter earlier in the season, but I think they'll get by this very weak Georgia team. Georgia, by the way, is going to be good next year, so they can forget about this year. So the pick there is Missouri. 9:30 SEC Network, 14-seeded Vanderbilt versus 11-seeded Texas A&M. Vandy 0-18 in conference play, 9-22 on the year. A&M 13-17 on the year, 6-12 in conference play. The pick, Texas A&M. Second round tomorrow, 1 o'clock, SEC Network. 9-seeded Arkansas against 8-seeded Florida. Arkansas 17-14 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. Florida 17-14 on the year, 9-9 in conference play. The Gators have finished the season pretty strongly compared to Arkansas. And the Gators are also playing for an at-large bid. So give me Florida to get a much-needed victory. So give me Florida there. 12-seeded Missouri versus 5-seeded Auburn. 3:30 SEC Network. Auburn 22-9 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. The Tigers are starting to play a little better of late. And they finally picked up a win against a good team. And they've been beating bad teams all year. And Missouri's a bad team this year. So give me Auburn to win in advance here. So the pick there is Auburn. 7 o'clock SEC Network, 10-seeded Alabama versus 7-seeded Ole Miss. Alabama, 17-14 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. Ole Miss, 20-11 on the year, 10-8 in conference play. The Tide are a team that is playing for an at-large. And if they lose this game, I don't think they'll get it. And sure enough, I think they'll lose because I think the Rebels are the better team. So give me Ole Miss to advance. 11-seeded Texas A&M against 6-seeded Mississippi State. 9:30 SEC Network. Mississippi State 22-9 on the year, 10-8 in conference play. This will in all likelihood be Bill Kennedy's final game as the Aggies head coach, as they'll fall short against the Bulldogs team that is playing for seeding at this point for the NCAA tournament. So give me Mississippi State here to win in advance. Quarterfinals. 8-seeded Florida against 1-seeded LSU. 1 o'clock on ESPN. LSU 26-5 on the year, 16-2 in conference play. The Tigers are dealing with so much turmoil right now involving their head coach, Will Wade. But I think they'll get by an overrated Gators team. So give me LSU to advance to the semis. 3:30 ESPN Friday afternoon. 5-seeded Auburn against 4-seeded South Carolina. South Carolina on the year, 16-15, 11-7 in conference play. The Gamecocks have been a pleasant surprise in SEC play this year. But they'll be one and done in this tournament as a much better Tigers team that's headed for the big dance will advance to the semifinals. So the pick here is Auburn. 7 o'clock on the SEC Network. Number 7 Ole Miss against number 2 Kentucky. Kentucky 26-5 on the year, 15-3 in conference play. This is going to be a great game. And I think that the Wildcats could have Reed Travis back for this one. So give me them to win and make a stronger case for a 1 seed. So the pick there is Kentucky. 9:30 SEC Network on Friday night. 6-seeded Mississippi State against 3-seeded Tennessee. Tennessee 27-4 on the year, 15-3 in conference play. This is going to be a very fun game. The Bulldogs are a team that are obviously playing for seeding. Tennessee's going for a 1 seed. I like the Vols here to win and advance to the semifinals, as the Bulldogs could very well end up somewhere between a 6 and a 9 seed depending on how other things go. So my pick there is Tennessee. Semifinals, 1 o'clock, ESPN, Saturday afternoon. 5-seeded Auburn against 1-seeded LSU. Like I said, the turmoil of LSU is bad, and I really think the Auburn Tigers are going to take advantage and go to the title game. So the pick there is Auburn. 3:30 on ESPN. Number 3 seed Tennessee against number 2 seeded Kentucky. This is going to be a fantastic game between who I think are the two best teams in the SEC this season. Kentucky may have Reed Travis back, but I think Grant Williams and company are going to lead the way for the Vols to the title game. So the pick there is Tennessee. So the SEC title game, Sunday afternoon, 5-seeded Auburn against 3-seeded Tennessee. This is going to be some game. Auburn knocked off Tennessee last weekend, but I could totally see the Vols getting revenge here, led by Williams and Admiral Schoenfield, as they make a strong argument for a 1 seed perhaps. So the pick there, and to win the 2019 SEC tournament, the Tennessee Volunteers. Next up is the Big 12.